A very good day to you. Thank you for joining me today on our episode of the Entrepreneurship Program. We know that we're trying our best to ensure that you get lessons from the best entrepreneurs around the continent of Africa. And today's guest is nothing short of that, because it's Dorcas Owinoh who joins me. She is really an inspiration. This is someone very accomplished. She's actually run two businesses. She's running two businesses as I speak. She's really a tech community enabler. She's passionate about women and entrepreneurship, particularly women in entrepreneurship. So that's something she's really excited about. But moreover, she's Forbes 30 under 30, which is an incredible achievement considering how hard it is to achieve that and to be recognized at that level. And she currently runs a Lakehub, a technology innovation hub. It is an open space for entrepreneurs, technologists, innovators, and also runs a company called SokoNect. This is a startup company in Kenya that links farmers and buyers. It is a multi-platform tool that allows farmers to sell their products or services. She is also the product manager and the product manager of SokoNect. So she lives in the intersection of business, technology, and user experience. And she's really passionate about all those three. But she's also studied at Mount Kenya University, and then she also went on further to do some professional courses at the University of Cambridge, one being Leading Change in Entrepreneurship and Innovation program, which you have to be recognized by the Queen's Young Leaders program to do that. So that is an incredible achievement as well. And also studied at the University of Nevada and Business and Entrepreneurship program that she did. So thank you for joining me. How are you doing, Dorcas?
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm doing great.
Awesome. I have to mention that it is not all the time that I get to speak to somebody who's been on the Forbes 30 under 30 in Africa. That is exceptional. How did you get that? What did you have to do?
What did I have to do? I guess be good in what I do in my field. And I guess it's that. Be good and consistency, and keep doing what I'm doing. And
Absolutely. And tell me a little bit about just your love for technology. How did that come about? How did you know this is something that you're really passionate about?
So, first of all, my love for technology came about because I was trying out different things. I was fiddling with different things, just trying to get to, do something like most young people. And I think for me, nowadays when we talk about passion, like what are you passionate about and follow your passion, it's just something I really buy, because when you tell most of the times when you tell young people to follow their passions, then we give them that pressure of you have to have a passion to do something, and it's kind of limiting. And for me, I really I did have passions like most people, but they kept changing. So what I did was try different things and see what works. And yes, I liked doing something at one point, and then the next point, maybe after 2 years or even months, like, this is not what I want to do. And for technology, when I started, my background is in software development. When I started, the pressure was you have to be a software developer, because unfortunately, that is how most people define being in tech. You have to be a software developer. So I started off as being a software developer because of a lot of pressure. And because I thought I had to be passionate about that. Yeah. But then with time, I realized that my passion really lied on tech communities, enabling communities around me to have access to opportunities in tech. So I lean more on how do I get more people from my university and around me to see what opportunities exist. Again, what else can I do with tech that is not just coding? And that then led me to now starting, being a community organizer in tech and just teaching people about different technologies. And then I branch out into starting my startup, SokoNect. So for me, I usually tell people, try as many things as you can. Just remain consistent in trying. Don't give up. It's fine it's okay to stop, do one thing in 3 months and then jump into another thing. Just trying to find what works for you. There's a very clear-cut way of doing it.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about SokoNect, Lakehub. What are these organizations doing in Kenya and around Africa? Because I do know you've got an African influence as well.
Yeah. So with SokoNect, that is what I started with. SokoNect links small-scale farmers to buyers. So it's an e-commerce platform for farmers. What used to happen is we have farmers in Kenya and I think beyond that have a very big, large harvests after every harvest period, but they cannot manage to sell all these things. So we just we got them a very simple way to sell their products online, but using very simple feature phones. They don't have to have internet to post their products. So that is what SokoNect does in a nutshell. I'm trying not to be very technical about it. And because I was in that community of tech startups, I realized that in Kisumu we didn't really have Kisumu is where I am. I come from. It's a small city in Kenya. It's not really a small city, but it's a city in Kenya, smaller than Nairobi. So where I was in Kisumu, there wasn't a really vibrant community of, or rather, resources to support tech startups like me. So then I joined hands with a few other people and we did set up Lakehub. So Lakehub is an open space for creatives, techies, and entrepreneurs. So we just give resources, we provide resources such as space, because when you're starting out as an entrepreneur, especially in tech, you need a space, you need internet, you need mentors, you need guidance. So we created that space to, facilitate that for upcoming entrepreneurs. So that, in a nutshell, is what Lakehub does.
That's fantastic. I'm just, when I met you a couple of years ago, you spoke at length about how funding was something that you had sort of mastered, for lack of a better word. How did you go about the funding process, particularly with these ideas that you had? How was that journey for you? What can we learn from that journey that you had trying to source funding?
Oh, okay. So I don't think I've mastered it, but we're good. We're trying, or we're good at it. So I want to start from the beginning. When we started out, definitely, as most people, it was very hard to get funding because not so many people believe in your vision and your dream. So how we did it is we relied so much on what we could do as a team. We were not very keen on hiring because that is something that also is needed. That is one of the reasons why you raise funds, is because you want to hire more people into your team to grow. But then we did so much on our own, and because we had to prove ourselves, we had to do things. And the only way we had, because we didn't have funds, we did it on our own. And with that, then we created a reputation around us, and we were known for doing XYZ. And slowly then you get people interested in, what are you guys doing here? You've been here for 1 year, for a year, the rumors of, there's this hub in Kisumu doing XYZ, and they've not raised any funds, but they've managed to do all these things. So with that, then you create some attention towards you, and it gets people interested in what you're doing. And then slowly these people become partners, and they're like, we have a project and we want to partner with you guys because you've proven that you actually can do this even without them. So we moved from doing everything on our own to having partners to help us do things. And then again, for a period of time, we were just working with partners. And with time, because these partners have direct funders, we then get to be in conversations with the funders, and the funders then get to a point of, you know what, you are in Nairobi, you can do your thing in Nairobi, but we want to engage, say, Lakehub directly and their funders, and now they believe in your dream because previously you started by doing it on your own, you partnered and did it well, and now they trust you enough to give you funds to do it. So that's a short story, a quick story of how we've been able to navigate the funding process.
Sounds very much like a upward progression where you, like you said, starting small, transitioning to a little bit bigger, which is something that I think we as entrepreneurs underestimate from time to time, that it is a process and we have to be patient with that process. How did you manage to stay motivated, to stay patient as you were waiting for these things to happen? I mean, it's not over a period of hours. This happened over years.
No, it's happened over years. I think 4 years for us now to start doing things on our own. I think celebrating first of all, remaining consistent, because I think what separates say successful entrepreneurs from the rest is just consistency. You're always doing that. You wake up every day and show up and do it, even if you don't want to do it. You show up and do it. You keep at it. And for you to be consistent, also you have to have a path that you're following. What is that path? What does it look like for you, and where do you see yourself going to? Maybe it's not very clear, like where you want to end up, but there's a path. For instance, when I started, I knew my path was technology. It wasn't very clear which aspect of technology, but I just wanted to be in the technology field. So, I've remained consistent with technology, but different aspects of technology. So my motivator, I've always been very consistent. Wake up, do it. That doesn't mean that you don't have days when you feel like, think it's been good, it's been real.
Yeah.
By you iterate, you change it. If this is not working, then let me try something else. And then wait, what was the question?
Yeah, so just trying to figure out how you manage to stay together as you're waiting for the process to play out.
Yes. And then also just having mentors for me was also very important, and because definitely there are people that have gone through that path. They say that everything you're doing, someone has done it before.
Yeah.
So you get someone, get to work under someone, get someone to also guide you through the process, because then they'll help you, when you have those dark days where you think nothing is working out, they've probably been there before and they'll help you navigate that. So for me, mentorship was very important at that point, because at least there was some that really understood the vision and the goal, so I wasn't really alone. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I think a lot of what you mentioned as well about what you love, which is evident in your work, is that you certainly love the idea of women getting exposed to entrepreneurship, getting exposed to opportunity, getting exposed to those places that they're not being really represented in. And I think that is an incredible, element of your work and your contribution to the African continent. I just wonder, what do you think, women should know out there? What are some of the challenges that you think you faced, and how did you overcome them?
So there are so many challenges that exist in tech that you face in tech as a woman, and also in entrepreneurship. Mostly because these are fields that are mostly very male dominated. So there are challenges there, but I don't want to dwell on the challenges, but what I've always done, before I go to that, but there's a bigger challenge that even beyond being in a male-dominated space, most women really suffer from imposter syndrome. And that is something that I really, really struggled with, and I'm just trying to now heal from it, where you feel like whatever you're doing is not good, or it's not the true you, and you're a fraud, and you're likely to be caught. So you're going to be caught. So for me, I've been in this space for so many years. I started when I was 19. I'm now 29, so it's 10 years. And during this journey, I mean, it's almost 10 years, but there's always this thing that tells you, oh, what do you mean you want to organize a conference? You don't know these people, they're going to catch you, you're not good enough, and all that. But even after organizing conferences for years, I still have it. So for me, how I deal with that is, first of all, knowing that, telling myself that I belong, and I belong to this space, and this is what this space has been waiting for. I am who this space has been waiting for. So they want to attend this conference. That is one. Two is, done is better than perfect. If you look at it, the imposter syndrome stems from the fact that most women really are perfectionists. They want to be very good at something before they can present it to people. And I think sometimes just doing it, you don't have to have all the plan ready, or whatever ducks organized in a row.
Yeah.
Just show up and give whatever you've done, because, like I said, done is better than perfect. Don't wait to be perfect to show up.
Absolutely. I think you're right in the sense that one has to always be prepared to just go and walk with the sense of hope and faith that it will work out, than to sit back hoping for it to work before you start moving. So moving and figuring out as it goes. Talking about moving, you move around a lot in the African continent. Of course, now with the pandemic, you're not able to move as much. But I wonder, with your work, with meeting so many young people around the continent, what do you think you wish a lot of young people could learn that could help them in their personal journey to success?
It's something that I've talked about before in this, and that is consistency. Remaining consistent, because it's very easy to get distracted. It's very easy to throw in the towel and say, done it. But waking up, do not undermine the power of waking up every day and just doing the same thing, and also appreciating that it will not happen at once. They say it takes an overnight to achieve it takes a lifetime to achieve an overnight success. What most people see as, oh, well, who is Dorcas? We just saw her on Forbes 30 under 30. But the thing is, it's been a journey of almost 10 years of doing the same thing and keeping at it. So for me, it's consistency. Let's not underestimate consistency, and also just showing up. Sometimes consistency is just, I don't have this figured out, so I'm just going to show up and see how this journey goes for today.
Yeah. I like that. Personal branding is essential to how people get perceived by other people, how people perceive us. It's really relative to our personal brand. How did you develop your personal brand to be, at the status that it is, to be Forbes 30 under 30, as well as at these top institutions that you've been to?
So I think one thing that stands out for me, and a friend of mine also wrote a blog about it some time back, is who is speaking on your behalf. So there is this bit of us wanting to, create an image and be perfect and be known for XYZ. But it's even more powerful when your brand, someone else can speak on behalf of you, like speak about your brand when you're not there. So, and for me, that journey of people being able to speak on my behalf came into being when I was very genuine with what I did. And it's something that we take advantage of. We don't think it's that serious, but people really can connect with you more if you're very genuine and if you connect with your human side. So being the true version of yourself, they say no one can be yourself except yourself.
Yeah.
So being very honest with yourself and being very genuine and with what you do and letting that drive every aspect of what you do every day is something that people can actually see. So when you talk to me, when say you meet someone, you can tell this person is really passionate about what they are doing because you can tell that it's not a specific thing, but you can always connect to the human side of someone, even if it's their career, but you can connect to that. And for me, aside from building myself, but also it was important for other people to also buy into my brand now. They know it's Dorcas and Dorcas does this and this. So now when we get to getting opportunities, like maybe getting into Forbes 30 under 30, it's someone else that nominated me, other people that nominated me, all these other bigger opportunities that I've gotten, most of them come from other people. And that's why I think most of the times even when you want to get opportunities, big opportunities, they have to ask for a recommendation, because who is speaking on your behalf? Who is speaking when you leave the room? Like who's saying Lennox is good at XYZ, call Lennox and he'll get this job done. And that also means that whatever assignment you have to do it so well with the thought that this is something that will have a positive ripple effect on my brand. Yep. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it really does make sense. I have to also mention that we're at a time where your work is really on the spotlight. Technology is really on the spotlight. I'm sure you sort of predict. What is your prediction in terms of your observation? Where do you think the curve is going in terms of the African continent from an entrepreneurship point of view? What will technology play? What's the role of technology across this continent in the next couple of years? I think we've seen a glimpse of this now, but I think it might get a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be bigger. I think bigger and better. I think so. And so we are currently getting ready for the fourth industrial revolution, and which technology will play a very big role in that. And then so there's that, but then the discussion should be around, are we as Africans ready for that revolution? We sort of missed out on other revolutions. We're just catching up with the rest. But I think because technology is here and we are aware, are we playing an active role into trying to be ready when now everything else is on the fourth industrial revolution? And this now brings into play how say people like women, are they getting into the technology field? Because that is very important. Technology has now become as important as reading and writing. There's computer literate, and then computer, and then there's reading and writing, and then computer literate. So then, are we preparing? Are we learning technology? Are we learning how to code? Do we know what exists in technology, so that when it's here, we are not left out? We are not left out even as Africa, in major decision making when it comes to the fourth industrial revolution. I don't know if that.
Yeah. No, that does make a lot of sense. I am curious to find out, because a lot of my peers are at a place where we perhaps looking for that job, we can't find that job. We're looking for that opportunity, we can't get that opportunity. And it sometimes get a little bit difficult to get employed in the African continent. It seems like the unemployment rate is seemingly going up. and it's a cause of concern, right? What can we do if I'm at that place where I'm looking for a job, I've been trying, I'm a little frustrated? Any sort of words of encouragement to people who are out there who are trying to probably find employment, or who actually are trying to run a project and it's just not going well?
Yeah, I unfortunately I've also witnessed that from very close friends and relatives, the frustration of trying to look for a job and not getting any. So for me, I think that my personal opinion is you have skills. There's definitely skills that you learned when you're in school, and I think your peers also have that. I think don't underestimate the power of you coming together with your peers and starting something, and trying to create an opportunity for yourselves and for others. And I think that's why places like Lakehub exist, and I'm sure we have them in different places, where we are allowed to, come in with our crazy ideas and tweak with them. Because unfortunately before, during our parents' time, it was a very weird concept when you told them, I'm not actively seeking for employment, but I want to start my own thing. But now we appreciate that there's a lot of power and there's a lot of skills that exist within peers, young people, and when they come together, they actually can create opportunities for others. So my encouragement is, my thing is, I'd encourage young people to think about what they're able to do. Are they able to, I don't know, say offer consulting services, or maybe pro bono just to start with and create a name for themselves? Are they able to, say if you're an art major, create art and sell? I mean, just start thinking from within. What am I able to create? What do I have in my hand? And how can I use it? Yeah.
Absolutely. That sense of internal introspection as to what you can contribute, because we can all contribute something. I guess it's just a shift in the mindset, as you say.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, Dorcas, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, welcome. My pleasure. I really
Awesome.
did enjoy having this discussion.
Awesome. Hopefully we'll have you on again when you win another one of those amazing awards. That was Dorcas who joined me today on the entrepreneurship program. As you can see, that she is really a tech enabler in the community, as well as a passionate person about her work, and most importantly, really hardworking. As you heard, consistency is the key to success. So wish you well, and all the best with your journey in this process as you're trying to figure things out in the entrepreneurial world as well as in the business world. Wherever you might find yourself, I wish you the best, and hopefully Dorcas's insight has been really helpful to you.